Advanced in knowledge, an essential subject from Vanapedia. Material enjoyment is indeed the cause of all unhappiness, however, one cannot give it up unless one personally experiences the suffering. Therefore, one should be allowed to remain in so-called material enjoyment while simultaneously advancing in knowledge to experience the misery of this false material happiness. Without help from others, one will find material enjoyment detestable. Those whose minds are changed by others do not become as renounced as those who have personal experience. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations, and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vana quotes advanced in knowledge category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. Actually, everything is given by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore everything is spiritual, but those who are not advanced in proper knowledge make distinctions because of the interactions of the 3 modes of material nature. In this regard, Ralajava Goswami says that although the sun is the only light, the sunshine, which is exhibited in 7 colors, and darkness, which is the absence of sunshine, are not different from the sun, for without the existence of the sun such differentiations cannot exist. Srimad Bhagavatam 8.128, if sometimes Brahma is seen to be bewildered, as, in the 10th canto, he is bewildered by seeing the action of the internal potency, that is also for his further advancement in transcendental service. Arjuna is found to be similarly bewildered. All such bewilderment of the pure devotees of the Lord is specifically meant for their further advancement in knowledge of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.935, a man should not associate with a woman in a solitary place, not even with his mother, sister, or daughter, for the senses are so strong that they lead astray even a person advanced in knowledge. When a man remains in a solitary place with a woman, his sexual desires undoubtedly increase. Therefore the words ekantapni, which are used here, indicate that to avoid sexual desires one should avoid the company of women as far as possible. Sexual desire is so powerful that one is saturated with it if he stays in a solitary place with any woman, even his mother, sister, or daughter. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1830, similarly, all other branches of knowledge should always be engaged in the service of the Lord. In the Bhagavad Gita with Makron also the same is affirmed. All knowledge not engaged in the service of the Lord is but nescience. Real utilization of advanced knowledge is to establish the glories of the Lord, and that is the real import. Scientific knowledge engaged in the service of the Lord and all similar activities are all factually Hari Kirtana, or glorification of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.522, one should worship Lord Vihu or his devotee for spiritual advancement in knowledge, and for protection of heredity and advancement of a dynasty one should worship the various demigods. The path of religion entails making progress on the path of spiritual advancement, ultimately reviving the eternal relation with Lord Vihu in his impersonal effulgence, his localized param feature, and ultimately his personal feature by spiritual advancement in knowledge. Srimad Bhagavatam 2.38, one who is transcendentally advanced can gain direct inspiration from the temple deity, and thus a devotee of the Lord always takes shelter of a recognized temple of the Lord in order to make tangible advancement in transcendental knowledge by the grace of the Lord. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.430, notwithstanding all such advancement of material knowledge in the West, the people in general there are suffering the pangs of the poisonous effects of materialism because they have cared very little for the culture of spiritual science. Great thinkers in the Western countries must therefore look to the people of India if the message of Godhead, of genuine spiritualism, is to reach their ears. Message of Godhead, Chapter 2, Material enjoyment is indeed the cause of all unhappiness, but one cannot give it up unless one has personally experienced how much suffering it is. Therefore one should be allowed to remain in so-called material enjoyment while simultaneously advancing in knowledge to experience the misery of this false material happiness. Then, without help from others, one will find material enjoyment detestful. Those whose minds are changed by others do not become as renounced as those who have personal experience. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.541.